Hi everyone, welcome back to another episode of the brand new series, What is Wednesday? What is Wednesday is the new series that we get into the nitty gritty, everyday problems that people are feeling, facing, dealing with, going through, seeing, and just looking to vent off a little steam. This is a series where your whatever grinds your gears, so to speak, can be said. People from Facebook, Twitter, Instagram can say anything. Also, any of you, my subscribers, can join in and say anything. So voice your opinion now, and let's get into this. I'm your host, Cherish, and as you just heard, this video is What is Wednesday. So, like I have said in previous videos, if you don't want to hear the PS and the PPS, you can skip ahead. Otherwise, I'm going to read the PS and the PPS because I feel like I have to basically give a disclaimer in every one of these videos because I don't want people coming at me for the wrong things. So, and yes, like I said again before, I do read it because it's in my notes. Okay, so P.S. If you have no clue what's going on, you might want to look at my video titled New Series to my channel, the one talking about What is Wednesday. You can also go into the intros for each of these videos. It always does talk about what is going on in each one of these videos. We are now at episode 4. So PPS, anything that is said and is not mine, which I will let you guys know, who each one is from, do not come at me about a lot of these. These are people dealing with problems, and if you don't agree with them, you can fast forward to the next one. You can also skip this video if you're starting to see a trend that you don't agree with. Then you can also go into the comment section and add yours, and it will be entered into next week's. If you're that upset. I just want to put that out there before we get started. And like I said, I always want to leave a disclaimer in each of my videos. So that is my disclaimer. Alright, so the first one comes from a subscriber. Now, this is the only thing is I do want to calm down with the ones from the virus. I know there are a lot of problems that people are going through. But this will hopefully be the last week where I will prove any of these talking about the virus. I'm sorry, I am just getting a lot of heat from people who are complaining, why are people constantly talking about the virus and the lockdown, you need to stop. So much so that out of you, my subscribers out there, your comment in the comment section actually had lines put through it. Somebody in charge of YouTube is actually tired about people talking about it too. So I do think I'm going to stop approving ones talking about that just because I don't want my channel to get flagged for them either. Okay, but we're going to continue for now. So she said, what is the stores right now? Now people are their craziest with everything going on. The stores have now not only started limiting their hours and how much stuff you can buy, but also now some have started limiting how many people can shop at one time. And there are some that do that and restrict people from bringing in their own containers. What the heck is up with that? I can say there are two scenarios to which I can relate very highly to this what is. For one, we tried last week. Now, my mom got approved 4 hours so that a nurse can come in and watch my grandma because uploading that story time. Hopefully by the end of this month, you guys should see the story time talking about it. What's been going on with her. So basically we have a nurse come in and give us 4 hours to where we can go out and we be getting shopping done. We tried last week actually to go to Costco. There are a lot of things that we've been needing from Costco, and the problem is literally the line was wrapped around the building and we're like, oh my god, we only have 2 hours left. Because she spent the first hour trying to go to Honey Baked Ham, and the line was out the door there. So that's the craziness that I totally understand. The other part that I can say I totally understand is the limiting of the hours, because that's the whole point of why we definitely have to use the 4 hour window that we are given. because most of the time we always were doing our shopping out at night. Well, how do you do your shopping out at night when two problems happen? One, the stores close between 8 and 9, which is peak hour when we would go out. And two, half the stuff is missing by the time you go out. And now we're getting confused because when we first were going out to Target, there we had our bags, the bags that we wanted them to fill for us, and they were like, oh, we can't fill those, we're not allowed to. And it's like, so we don't bring our reusable bags. But then we go to Walmart last week, and they're like, oh, did you bring bags? And we're like, no, they told us not to. And then we went to Target and the same thing happened. We were like, they told us not to, so which is it? So yeah, what is up with that? Okay, so the next one is also from the subscriber, and she says, I don't know about everywhere, but there are some places that only allow necessary outings only, or necessary workers. For me and my family, we're feeling pent up and losing our freaking minds, basically because someone in Southern California got arrested for taking his daughter to the park. I throw in there that not only did a person obviously get in trouble or arrested or whatever happened to them for going to the park, but there was also a surfer arrested in LA for being on the water. Somehow, to my family member, that automatically means that it's our area, and that somehow means to 100% stay inside unless going to work. So much that I am not allowed to tag along and go to the stores for the fact of reduction of shoppers. Really, anyone else going insane from being stuck at home? I sure am. It may sound silly, but no, I don't find this a problem. I know it sounds weird. I don't know if any of you are introverts, but it doesn't bother introverts. There are a lot of gamers that it doesn't bother. There's a bunch of memes going out about gamers don't find it a problem, but introverts also don't find it a problem. My mom is not really an introvert. She really is an extrovert. But ever since my dad had his stroke 10 years ago, almost 11 now, she's been basically a homebody, and now living with my dad and my grandma at home 24/7. You just learn to live with it. The only thing that I can honestly say I miss going to, and she missed going to, was Disneyland. But those were our nightly escapes, because during the day, just like we have to do right now, you really can't leave without somebody keeping an eye on her. My dad has been fine. He's basically bedbound, so he doesn't go anywhere. He doesn't see a reason to get out of his bed, which is fine. Honestly, I don't know if I can say I agree or I disagree with this one, only because, like I said, it doesn't bother me that much. I know it probably bothers a lot of people, but honestly, being a person who has basically immune compromised, I am fearful of going out without a mask, just because, not only because in our area it is extremely become like a law almost, but also it is a safety precaution and protection for myself, to keep me from getting it again. And yes, I did say it again. I will be making a video talking about it. I haven't gotten up the courage to talk about it. It's Never mind. I'm gonna move on. So anyways, moving to number 3. There are only a couple this week, which is fine because they are kind of longer ones, so it's good. This one comes from a member of my RP group on Twitter. He says, what is up with Hulu Plus? So I downloaded Hulu maybe over 10 years ago, and now there is this Plus thing that came along. When it first came, I was like, oh yeah, I see you, but do I need you? No. Then, 3 years ago, they decided to push the Plus and force you to pay for your account on Plus. I've been using regular Hulu for a long time. I got to watch whatever I wanted for free the first 4 years. Then they wanted to make you pay for the newer shows and movies. So when I finally gave in and linked my Hulu to my TV service, it was still free. But now this Plus thing came along. I have to pay for the service. What the hell? I also don't understand why having a Plus doesn't like you linking your original Hulu to your Hulu Plus. What is up with that? Now, I can't say that I understand this one because I don't own Hulu or Hulu Plus myself. The only thing I have is Disney Plus. I personally don't know anything on Hulu or Hulu Plus. Sorry, I cannot relate. Okay, so this next one is a bit of a longer one because it's almost like a story time one. This one is from an Instagram friend, and he says, "Why is it? I went to work the other day. I'm a police officer in Florida. And on my way home, these two guys looked like they just had a car accident. And the one guy seemed to have caused it. He was out of his car, no mask on. A lot of areas are like seriously cracking down on you must wear masks. And I guess his area in Florida, they did crack down on it too and make it a law, I guess. The other guy stayed in his car, not wanting to get out. So I roll up, mask on, and I say, "Sir, what happened?" Now, keep in mind, I kind of already figured what happened. The guy who was outside starts yelling at the dude in his car. "You called the cops, seriously? You are that afraid of me?" I said, "Sir, where is your mask? It's a law to wear a mask. Now I realize you have had an accident with that guy, but you need your mask." The man starts saying some rude choice words in Spanish and then turns away angrily. I told him, "If you want to get mad about the mask, that's on you. But calling me a pig and a bunch of choice words I can't post on here, I will write you a ticket for cop harassment and not wearing a mask, if that's what you want." He froze in place and started apologizing and saying he was sorry to the other guy who was not hurt. He told me he caused the accident and would pay for all the damages. So my why is why is it that many Spanish speakers see a white guy and assume we don't know their language? It's very rude. Stay safe, stay home, and keep your assumptions out. So this, I don't exactly can relate to this specific story, but I do relate to the fact that, yes, assumptions are real and it's wrong to judge somebody. Now, he is one of my close friends. I actually went to Job Corps with him and he moved out to Florida some years ago. Um, but he basically, yeah, he's pure white like me. He looks white as a ghost as well. But he is extremely fluent in Spanish. He also is, he can speak pure Cuban, Puerto Rican. He knows over 26 languages. So yeah, nobody should ever assume someone else, doesn't know anything just because of their color or their race or anything like that. I took one quarter basically of Spanish when I got kicked out of ROTC. I needed an elective to go into, and while I was waiting for choir to open up, they pushed me into to Spanish. So I took Spanish for a quarter. I did have to learn it really, really fast. Basically, my knowledge is I can understand it enough to know what someone is saying, but I can't speak it back. I suck at trying to read Spanish. I really cannot read it, but like I said, I can hear a conversation, pick up enough words to know exactly what you're talking about. And when I was in my senior year of high school, there were a bunch of girls who decided to call me very rude names, and they had been doing this for a number of days, and finally I was over it, and I said, "Look, the past couple days you have been calling me very rude choice words. I don't appreciate it. I think you need to stop." Now, when I said it, I did say exactly what they were calling me. So yeah, they knew that, yeah, I wasn't playing around. Don't call me names. It's not nice. So that'll do it for this week's What is Wednesday. As I say in every video, you guys are welcome to join in. Submit yours either in this video, you can submit it in the past 3 episodes, you can submit it on any video that you choose to. You can also find me on my social medias. The links for those are in the description box down below, and you can submit it in any of those. You can just comment on me on like my pages, just comment on it. Anything you want to do, any port you want to, go for it. If you really want to be entered, every week it's different number. I collect them by Monday night. Tuesday, I basically put them all together and start the process of filming them. Hopefully upload it like I am working on right now, which is filming it, and then I'll be editing it to upload it to you guys today, so that you guys have today's What is Wednesday episode. So I hope you guys really enjoyed this episode. If you did, be sure to leave a thumbs up, subscribe if you're not already, become a part of the Winchester family, and make sure you turn on your notification bell so you know every time I upload a new What is Wednesday episode. I will see you all next week in What is Wednesday.